Welcome back to Shifts and Giggles. Today's guest is someone who truly embodies what it means to follow your heart and trust where it leads. Joining me is Kimberly Heil, an intuitive artist, author, board certified art therapist, energy medicine practitioner, and self proclaimed creative alchemist. Through art, writing, movement, meditation, and expressive arts, Kimberly helps people reconnect with themselves, release old patterns, and discover the wisdom that's been within them all along. But her path wasn't always a straight one. After facing a serious medical diagnosis while working at a job that no longer fulfilled her, Kimberly turned to painting as a way to navigate fear, healing, and uncertainty. What began as a lifeline became a calling. That experience inspired her to leave the life that no longer fit, return to school to become an art therapist, and dedicate her work to helping others heal through creativity. In this episode, we explore the transformative power of art, intuition, and those moments in life when we're asked to stop living by everyone else's expectations and start listening to our own inner voice. If you've ever felt stuck, longed to make a change, or wondered what might happen if you finally followed your biggest hell yes, I think you're going to love this conversation. So please join me in welcoming the wonderful Kimberly Heil to Shifts and Giggles.
Hello.
Woohoo!
I'm so excited.
So I want to hear because I'm all about holy shifts.
Yeah.
Can you share with us about your holy shift moment? What
Yeah.
was happening?
Yeah. So I was, in a job that really wasn't me. I've always been an artist. But going to school, your parents were like, do this, do this. No, no, square peg, round hole all the time. If I was in a job maybe 2 years, I would have to shift again because it just never really fit.
Well, and you like the change. I'm assuming you like lots of moving pieces.
I do, and I'm a Manny Jetty, so I like have all these ideas, and then I can, it's the ideas, and then you execute, and then you move on to the next thing. Like that is
Right.
one of the skills that I possess. But I was in this job in the medical field. It was terrible. Honestly, it was bad. I was just, and then
It was sucking the life out of you.
yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely true. I worked in like darkness all day. There was no windows. I was like, yeah, it was not great. And I kind of kept feeling that yuck, but like having to stay because you need to pay the bills.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and then eventually I got sick and it wasn't a good sick. So, that catapulted me into what do I really want to do? And I
That's a
had
great
to,
question, isn't it?
it is.
To sit and pause and ask yourself that question. What do I really want to do? What do
Yeah.
I really desire?
Yeah, well, and also like when you face your mortality, like you're like you only have this one precious life, right? And
That's right.
how do you want to be show up? What gifts do you want to share and what impact do you want to have? And so, I dove into my art during that whole process because uncertainty is was there and, it's scary, it's unknown. You don't really know what's going to happen. Like you hope for the best, but still it's
Right.
like scary. Um, and so I just rented a studio in a warehouse
I love
and
it.
every Sunday and Thursday would show up just to paint and
Wow.
just leave whatever I had in the painting. So I was using house paints at the time mixed with some acrylic, so very fluid pieces. I would incorporate different like medical tape and things that like they had used during my operation and like I know it sounds weird, but I took all of
No,
it
it
and
sounds really cathartic.
I threw it all in, right? And so I had this huge body of work about, my process and the experience. And I think, when looking at it all, there was still hope.
Right.
And the more I sat with the pieces, the more information I got. It is okay to be scared. It's okay to be uncertain. Um, but if you keep kind of coming into yourself, like right? Like but
Yeah.
then the shift is I don't want to do what I was doing because I don't want to get sick again, right? Like there was this whole component around like voice too, and like having to shove things down, um, and like being able to move through that and voice and my voice and standing up for what I wanted and not and going against the flow of perhaps family, friends, right? Because being an artist is not, for the faint of heart. But you can be a
Right.
thriving artist these days.
Well,
And
so
I
were you, and did you consider yourself an artist with a day job before this?
if I are like a hobby artist, like I would just do it here and there. But this catapulted into like process over like product.
Right, right.
So showing up for myself and getting out of the headspace and getting into the heart space. And that
Yeah.
is very, I get goosebumps. That is very different process.
Yeah, than
And
just creating for creating.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
therapeutic.
it is.
It's healing.
It's amazing. It's amazing. This is like my joy. This is my joy, my passion. And yeah, so just being in that space and being okay with whatever was there. So I don't care if something is a masterpiece or not, because half the time it's not, but it's really not about that.
Right.
It is about the process. And that will teach you something. And you always get to, my thing is you can paint over your layers. So just because one day you show up and it's a hot, hot mess and you're like, right? There's probably a nugget in there of information, but you get to do it again the next day and see what
Oh,
stays and see
beautiful.
what leaves, and then what new nugget of information comes through. It's magical. It's magical. It's
It's
profound.
very, I can totally see why you call yourself a creative alchemist.
Yeah, it is amazing.
And you teach other people how to do that too.
I do. I do. So after that, I decided, here's the best thing is I ended up getting laid off from that job. I thanked
Yay!
them. I was like, thank you. And they're like, you're not mad. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. This is the best thing because I'm going back to school to be an art therapist.
I love it.
And so that's what I did. And I have been an art therapist ever since. So we're going on like 10, 11, 12 years.
A long time.
Long,
It's your
long time.
career.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. And it's amazing. Like, there is truly, like, I cannot be more passionate about the creative arts and its capacity for insight and healing and growth and resilience. Like, it is all that packed in. And it doesn't, it can be art, it could be music, it could be writing, it could be, drama. All of that is what we need. Like, all of it.
We need a lot more people that do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Because
Hmm.
we need to heal ourselves so we can heal the world.
Yeah. And what the other thing is when we go through traumas, all of that like registers visually. So we get more visual information than anything else. So those moments sort of get stuck in the body and we can
Mm.
work with that imagery. When it's ready to come out, of course, we don't push anything, but there's always something.
Well, and I feel like the images speak to your subconscious in a way. You're
Mhm.
not thinking about it.
Yeah.
So the images speak to your subconscious and help bring things out in a way that words or, thinking about things do. It taps into a different part of your psyche, right?
Yeah. And I always say when you're in the creative flow, because again, if you're in here, you're not really, you
No,
got to drop in. And that takes a little bit of time for people who just start.
right.
Um, but once you're in here and you start getting lost in the creative flow, you're like, where did those 3 hours just go?
Yeah.
And that's where more nuggets come in. So people may have certain themes that kind of come up. I work with the veteran population currently, and there's a lot
Nice.
of lighthouses, compasses, dragons, and it's not just one decade or era, it's across the board
That's
for them.
wild.
Yeah, it's really neat. But you use that, right? Like we can keep coming back to it. And I know that, some of them have been in program for, 10, 20 years even before me, but that imagery becomes like their story, but you can see how it grows and shifts and how they grow and shift as the years go on. And as they continue to do the work, there's certain things that get resolved.
I love that
It's amazing.
because
Like
they
I get
make that
goosebumps again.
holy shift. They change their story
Yeah. And
through the
sometimes,
work.
yeah. And sometimes you have to gently you be like point it out just a little so they can see it because you never, as an art therapist, we don't tell them how to feel,
Right.
what to do, all the things. But like if you put two images side by side, they can see the visible difference and you can ask the question. So it's just it really is amazing. And outside of doing it, with clients, even if you were doing it on your own, you could still have that self-reflection. So it's amazing.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're doing the art therapy, that when you're wearing your art therapy hat,
Yeah.
who's like your ideal client?
Ooh, is there an ideal? I mean, I can work with anyone across the board, quite honestly. Um, I love working with veterans. I think that they're amazing. And, I am proud to be of service for all the things that they gave to us.
That's right.
And, it's needed. It's needed. If outside of that, I'm doing retreats, I love working with women who are feeling stuck, who are not really, there's something up, but we're not really sure. And I don't know what to do. Like that inner turmoil that kind of happens before, like kind of like before my, shift.
Yeah.
That's what I love because that is the time where we can mine like the gold. Goosebumps again. Um, it is amazing. It is amazing. So like I typically do little deep dives with them. So
I
it's
love that.
we do some talking, we do some art making, we do some shifting, and we might do some movement. It just kind of depends what's up for the individual and how we want to process through that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you talk a lot about hell yeses. So what does following a hell yes look like? And how do you know something's a hell yes and not just a good idea?
Well, I think it's a good idea. It's just a hell yes is that burning it. You're like, yeah, it's an immediacy of like it gives you the goosebumps. It gives you the yes, I really want to do that. It's like that it locks in almost like, into your I'm gonna say your channel, your energetic chakra channel, just kind of like and you're like, yes,
Yeah.
yes. If you have to think about it, if you have to like go back and forth about it, it's not. It's a hell no. And that's okay. It's no is a complete sentence. Some people don't like they don't like saying no, but it is a complete sentence and you don't owe anybody anything after that.
Yeah.
Like no. Okay, like move on. Yeah, so it's just, it's it's almost like that inner trusting your inner wisdom, your intuition.
Your
Yeah,
higher self, maybe?
yeah, just all of that.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love the whole creative process, like turning turning it into a focusing on the process and not the finished project.
Mhm.
I think that's a challenging place for a lot of people to get to. And I'm wondering what you think the biggest lie we've been told about creativity is.
Ooh, the biggest lie. Oh, goodness, but we can't do it. Like it's not for everyone.
I'm not creative.
I'm not creative. Yeah, like you can't do this. I mean, a lot of times what we see clinically is that in school, somebody, whether it was a parent or a teacher, said, no, you can't do this anymore, or you're not good enough. And that is not the case. If you can pick up a pencil or what, like you're creative. It doesn't matter. Stick figures make no difference, right? Like it really doesn't matter as long as you can kind of move it around. And that's, or speak it if you're, in
Right.
a different creative arts. But like everybody can do it. It's
Well, and
everyone
I
can
feel
do
like
it.
life is a creative process,
It is. It
right?
is. It
Our
is.
lives are creative processes. And
Yeah.
we get to, they're master, we're creating our own masterpiece.
We are. We're weaving all the little pieces together. But you
Yeah.
want to weave the pieces that are aligned for you, right? Because if we don't, then we're in the the crappy moments of like, did I
Exactly.
just give my power away because I said yes to something I really wanted to say no to, or it wasn't really a hell yes,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Um, so where do you suggest people start if they're wanting to do art as a creative process?
I mean, if they want to start by themselves, they can. So pick a medium, any medium,
Pick a medium, any medium.
and just start. If you're needing some guidance, I mean, there's always stuff on, if you, here's like, I'm going to go back. You do not need to know how to use things. I feel as if just try it because you're going to learn whether you like something and whether you don't. It doesn't, that part again doesn't really matter what someone else says. If at some point you're like, I love acrylics and I want to know more, then I would probably do some, like, you could do YouTube videos or you can go to inline class, in-person classes to help sort of navigate the little things that you want to work on. But I think part of experimenting with the medium is being playful, right? Like you're still learning about yourself. So I hate to say like do it this way or do it that way because
Right.
we
It's
learn
kind
the
of like
rules and we break the rules. Like
it's
I'm,
kind of like approaching it with a curiosity,
yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Just
I
sitting
think
down
that,
and having some paints, having the stuff, having markers, having pens, and just being like curious.
yeah, yeah. And you could put like your favorite song on, you could put a
I love that.
meditation on, and just even pen to paper, just see where it takes you. Don't worry about the end process though, because again, if it's a hot mess, who cares? Doesn't matter. Like you still did something creative and you followed your curiosity to see where it was going to lead. That's it.
Yeah. That's the part that I struggle with sometimes. Is like, I'm trying to paint this and it doesn't look anything like that.
So I always tell people it's the essence of. What
It's
is the
the
essence?
essence of
Yeah,
it's
well, what is
Oda.
the essence of? Because it could be a feeling, an emotion, it could be a color, it could be a shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't really have to know exactly what it looks like, but you can probably get in the ballpark of essence, right? So,
I love that. The essence of.
mhm.
So, how do you think creativity taps into those places within us that words can't?
I think it taps in, well, feeling wise, and then symbolism.
Mm,
You
I
feel that
love
coming,
that.
right? Like I'm like, oh, I just dropped in. It's yeah, because there's information underneath, and I think we have to be careful not to judge it as good, bad, right, wrong. But images, symbols will appear, and we just notice them, right? So for a very long time, I either paint abstracts or animals. Like you can see in my studio, like there's a ton of animals around.
I love.
That's just what I do. But I didn't understand. I'm looking around. I always use the same color pink in all of my paintings. It's in there
Interesting.
somewhere. But that is insight. That is a nugget of my symbolism. Is color is important for me. Uh Also, I do even I don't mean to do it, right? Like I'm not intentionally putting these things in there. They just emerge as I'm creating layers. So eyes, ladders. I mean, the crows will always come up in one form or another.
I
But
love it.
also, yeah, I'm trying to look around. So my practice for myself is I do a lot of layer work. So I show up one day, get it all out, show up the next day, get it all out. And I keep doing that until something sort of pulls me in. And then that's where I kind of start to finish the piece. So whether I'm adding, like we've got this octopus sort of self-portrait hermit image over
Oh,
here.
I love it.
Um, yeah, it's fun. But so within the layers, you can also see certain symbols that kind of pop through. And again, it's not intentional. They just kind of show up, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like I can see that. And now I know what those symbols mean for me.
Right. It becomes
Intuitive.
your own like living tarot
Yes.
card, right?
Yes. Which I've created a deck based on all of my art.
Love.
Yeah. It's called Visual Alchemy. So
Awesome.
it's got 50 of my original intuitively painted artworks.
Beautiful.
It's so awesome. Yeah, and it's interesting too because the other day I started a new abstract and I was like, oh. I said, okay, well, this is a continuation of that deck. And I was like,
Wow.
I didn't intentionally mean it, but like it relates to the other cards. And I was like, oh, and then it all clicked. I was like, ooh, there it is. Okay, okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, it's fun.
Where can people find that deck?
So it is online on my website. So kimberlyheil.com. It's Heil. And then I have a little booth at Mill Street Marketplace in Weathersfield. So it has all my books, my Oracle deck. I have an animal card deck for the kiddos. So they're
Oh my
fairy
goodness, you're
animals.
so prolific.
Yeah. All sorts of fun things over there if you want to shop in person.
Awesome. And your website is kimberlyhale.com,
Mhm.
Heil.
Heil.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I have a couple of questions that I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you. Another other questions, fill in the blanks. Creativity is
The best thing in the world. Just, it's life. It is life. It is love. It is all the things. It's all the things that we need to heal us. We have all the answers inside.
we do.
We really do. And I think the things that I said this before, the things that we kind of gravitated towards when we were kids, that's part of our medicine. So like for me, it was art. It's my
I
medicine.
love it.
That's my gift to the world. And I would pose a question to the listeners like what did you dive into? And is that something that today resonates? And are you sharing that with others?
That's a beautiful question.
Yeah.
And it's those things that where you like when you were a kid that you would just like hours would disappear when you were
Mhm.
doing it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, like I was like the weirdo little kid that like did art. I would love nature, which makes sense. And I was always in my sketchbook.
Wow.
Always in my sketchbook or in the, little brook stomping, like looking for animals. And yeah, I was the thrift store girl. Like thrift stores were not like a big thing back in the 80s. Like honestly, I'm like, can we go? I want to wear my grandma's, I don't know, blazer. Okay. Like, mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love it. Healing begins when blank.
Mm. Healing begins. I'm gonna go when you tap into your heart, to your heart and your belly, when you can kind of go take that breath in and to be okay with whatever shows up.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Um, and what color best represents the season of the life you're now in and why?
Oh, it is probably always going to be my fluorescent magenta pink. Always and forever. It is
Well,
my
and so why
signature
do you
color.
think? Why?
Why?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good. It just emanates. It has a vibrancy to it that just resonates with my soul, my heart, my everything. Like I would live, breathe this color. Like I would have it everywhere, probably.
I love it. It's such
Yeah.
a vibrant
Yeah. I mean,
energy.
it's so me. It is so me. Like I like being playful. I like obviously being creative, but like I also, helping people find that within themselves.
Mm,
I feel like that's another one of my gifts and it's important.
it's so important. The world needs
So
more people like you, Kimberly.
thank you.
Um, So, what other offerings do you have?
Well, so Lori and I are actually, you know Lori,
Yes.
Ingram. We do creative art and wellness retreats, and we have one coming up in November. And I'm very,
Awesome.
very excited because we are going to be at Mercy by the Sea for a
Oh, that's
day
one of my
long.
favorite places.
Gonna be so good. And I got goosebumps again. We're going to be exploring the folklore of Sulkies.
Of what?
The Selkies. So it's not the
No.
mermaid, it's the woman who's a seal, and then she can shed her skin and come onto land. Typically, the word this one, typically the it ends up with a husband stealing the skin so she can't go back to sea, but that's
Oh,
not
let's leave that
we're
story
gonna leave
behind.
that. But it's the reclaiming of her power. So it's
Love
taking the
that.
skin back and reclaiming who she is in her wild, authentic self. And
How
that's what
cool. How do you spell that?
gonna be so
Selkie.
good. It's Selkie. It's
Very cool.
like Irish, Scottish myth. Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
gonna be awesome. Come join
It's gonna be
us.
so
It's gonna be
awesome
amazing.
at Mercy by the Sea in
Yeah,
Connecticut. How awesome.
yeah. So I have that we have that going on, and then I also do some one-to-ones, intensives, and if anybody wants to purchase any of my books, they're all online on my website. I will sign them for you. My Oracle deck is online, and then I have my in-person booth at Mill Street Marketplace in Wethersfield.
Fabulous. And I will put your website and how to contact you in the notes. And thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. This was so much
Woohoo!
fun. Yes.
Everybody stay tuned for the next episode of Shifts and Giggles.